Hi, it's Mitz from My Life Mitz. Thank you so much for being here today. In this video, I want to talk about the Junk Journal July challenge, and I will be sharing with you number 15, which is Tucked Away. If you're new here and you're not sure what I'm talking about, I will leave everything linked down below. It's hosted by Make Journals and Get Messy Art. And of course I have an introduction video as well, and I'll leave everything linked. I wanted to start off with sharing with you the different and various tuck spots and things that this journal has. This journal I purchased several years ago from Two Silver Oranges, and she's on Etsy. But she has a lot of really fun built-in tuck spots, and of course you can use that. But also I wanted to share with you my regular travel journal and my regular journals that I have done in the past where I've tucked things away. For example, in this traveler's notebook, I just ripped a piece of paper, like a vellum piece of paper. I used washi tape on the edges, on the two sides, and created that as a pocket, and tucked away my little journaling entry there. And then in this spread, I have my journaling entry up in the front, and then I've tucked away little extra photos and more private things in the back. And so I have a tab there so that I can remind myself that something is actually there. So you can always tuck things away in the back as well if you don't want items to show up in the front. And then in this instance, I've used the actual clear pocket from Traveler's Company. They have a set of stickers that they release every year, and I've decided to use that, of course, as a pocket. And I've used this pocket several times, and I think I'll show you a little bit later on as well in my food journal, where I use that clear pocket to tuck things away as well. This journal is from 2017. I had so much fun sewing in little bits and pieces, but I did sew in scrap pieces of paper and created little edge pockets, like little small pockets in the traveler's notebook. And then this one is another travel journal. All I did was cut an envelope. I don't know if you can see that it's an envelope, and then I just kind of snipped it on the edge there, and then I tipped it in with some washi tape so that I could tuck some journaling and extra photos in there. So a ready-made journal is a really handy way to have pockets in your journals as well. Next, I think lastly, I will show you my Hobonichi Techo, because I did do a little bit of that as well in my daily kind of art journal or my daily journal. I just grabbed a piece of paper from, like, when I went out to eat at Taco Bell. You know how they have the trays at the food courts and they have like the lining? So I just ripped that corner there, the corner piece of paper, and I attached it with some tape runner on the two edges and created a little pocket. So there's so many different ways to create little tuck spots and hidden areas in your journals. Oh no, this is the last one I was going to share, is the clear pocket from Traveler's Company. Again, I used it from one of their sticker sets that they release at the beginning of the year. And this one, I've shown this so many times, but I'm sorry, I apologize if you've seen this before. I used the chopsticks sleeve as is. I didn't do any altering to it at all. And there was a menu that was included at the restaurant. I decided to fold that up and keep it as is, and fold it so that it would slip right into the chopsticks sleeve. And I just tipped that in with some washi tape and added another tab so that I can kind of flip it. And now I'm just looking through to see if there's anything else, but just have fun with it, I guess. I tipped in a little card from a friend, once again using the envelope. So whatever you have at home, I know a lot of people receive bills in the mail with the various different decorations, not the decorations, like the security decorations. We don't really have that here in Japan, but I see a lot of those envelopes being used. You can cut that up in different shapes, and all you have to do is adhere it to your notebook with some tape on one edge, and it's a very, very easy pocket. So hopefully you can have fun and get creative with the materials that you already have with creating pockets in your journals. So this is like, I guess this is the main part, is the challenge, the Junk Journal July challenge, and the prompt for today, which is tucked away. So I am using this junk journal, like I said, I purchased from 2 silver oranges, and I'm just kind of looking through the different papers that I have, and I decided to, it's not in chronological order, meaning I've decided not to start from the beginning and work through each prompt day by day, front to back of the journal. I kind of flip through the journal and pick a page spread that kind of calls out to me for that day, and so it's not in order. So this is exactly what I'm doing here now, is I'm looking through the book and looking through the journal to see if there's anything that's calling out to me. This pink page is actually it's a separate page, but I've decided to actually adhere it to the next page. Because the paper was a little bit longer than the page in the back, I just tore a bit of the bottom edge there and created that little jagged, rough paper edge look. And I decided to make this pink paper the actual pocket. So I will need to adhere 3 sides so that I can leave the top of the paper open to create a pocket. I wanted to add some color to the top edge of the pocket, so I decided to grab a washi tape roll and just lined the edge of the top. I folded it over, and it also kind of creates some stability, and especially if it's like a pocket in your the tag that I have here, I'm pulling it in and out often. Not that I will, but it just adds a bit of color, and it also adds, like I said, a bit of stability. And it's very helpful if you have some more like vintage papers that are thin and that may be a little bit frail. It's very helpful to have kind of reinforcement. So I looked through the paper bits pocket there on the edge, and I found the paper clusters that I made previously, and I know in the other video I mentioned that I don't have the heart to use them, but I know I have to use them one day, so I've decided to take one and use that as kind of like a heading. And so I took the stamp that says the pretty little silver lining and stamped it up with, or inked it up with a Versa, I think it's a VersaFine ink there. And I will do a close-up. You can see the pretty little silver lining, and I thought it's a nice kind of journal prompt. Sometimes I kind of pre-decorate or prepare these journal pages, especially in my junk journal recently. I'll prepare some journal pages and I'm not really entirely sure what to write, but the stamp is kind of like a journal prompt in a way to help me talk about or write about something that happened in the day or just something positive. My apologies, this part is blurry. The focus went out on the cell phone when I was filming, but I assure you that the focus will come back. And yeah, so here I'm just talking, or I just wrote about the silver lining and how I appreciate and so thankful for this wonderful opportunity to be part of the journaling community and to share with you what I truly enjoy doing and my passion, I guess, and just something simple. So I decided to write it out on this tag. I actually filmed creating the tag as well, but it was all blurry and out of focus, and so I apologize that the decorating part of the tag is not in the video. So that's it for me. I hope you had fun, and I hope the videos that I shared with you at the beginning gave you some ideas and different ways that you can use what you have at home and how you can create a simple pocket by just cutting up an envelope. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to Make Journals and Get Messy Art for allowing me to participate. This was a wonderful opportunity. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.